Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and you're prepared for today's class. You were assigned to read pages 1 to 19 of the book I Was a Rat, and you were also assigned a corresponding workbook to complete. Now, I always like to begin my classes by summarizing what happened in the chapters that you have read. This shows me that you have a strong understanding of the main points and you're also able to reiterate those points to another person. This is an important skill to have because you use the skill of summarizing in your everyday life, by retelling a story to friends or by answering a comprehensive question on a test. Okay, can someone from the class please raise their hand and summarize what happened on pages 1 to 19 of I Was a Rat? Yes, Lauren.
The book starts off with Bob and Joan sitting by the fire when they hear a knock at the door. They find a boy in a page's uniform that claims he was a rat and is 3 weeks old. Bob and Joan take him in for the night, name him Roger, feed him and clothe him. They soon find out that he has no manners and he eats without cutlery and tears up his bedding and clothes. Roger also keeps repeating that he was a rat and that he has brothers and sisters. The next morning, Bob and Joan take Roger to the city hall, where they went to the office for lost children. They find out that there are no reported lost boys or girls. After not being treated nicely by the city hall worker, they leave with Roger in tow.
Excellent, Lauren. I really liked your response as you were able to touch on all of the main points of the story, and you also reiterated it effectively and efficiently. Now, everyone, please open your workbooks to the first page. I would like to start with part 1. You were asked to match specific words from the book with its definition. In order to fully understand what you are reading, it is important to know the definition of the vocabulary in the chapter as well as synonyms for those words. Can somebody please tell me what a synonym is? Yes, Lauren?
A synonym is a word or phrase that means the exact same thing or close to another word or phrase.
That's correct. Now, I've chosen a few words, as you see in your workbook, from the text that are a little more difficult to understand. I think it is important for you to be able to comprehend them in order to get a full picture of what is going on in the text. When I choose you, I would like you to give me the definition as well as the synonym of the word. Okay, we're going to start off with the word tattered. Can someone please give me the definition and a synonym for this word and tell me why you think the author specifically chose the word tattered? Yes, Lauren.
Tattered means torn or ragged, and it's when something is in poor condition. I think the author chose this word because when I picture something to be tattered, I see it as being shredded like what a rat would do to clothing.
Excellent. When writing a story, it is very useful to use the correct wording in order to get a cohesive picture for the reader. In order to grasp the full understanding of what is going on as well as the setting of the story, the author again must choose appropriate words. Now, can everyone please take out a piece of paper? Thank you. And can you draw on this piece of paper what you imagine Roger looked like in his tattered page's uniform when he showed up at Bob and Joan's house? Lauren, can I please see what you have drawn to show the class? Lauren has done an excellent interpretation of Roger. As you can see, she drew him with tattered clothing, and she really showed that he looked rugged, and not in good condition. Now that we have a full understanding of what tattered means, can one of you raise your hands and finish the following sentence for me? The tattered carpet made the whole room look... Yes, Lauren?
The tattered carpet made the whole room look old and dirty.
That was a great sentence. I like how you use supporting words for the word tattered in order to strengthen the sentence. The next word I would like someone to describe is distressed. Yes, Lauren.
Distressed means to be suffering from great pain, anxiety, or sorrow. A synonym for distress would be distraught. I'm not exactly sure why the author used this particular word.
Good answer, Lauren. Now, to help you understand why the author chose this word, I would like you to read the first sentence of page 14.
His eyes brimming with tears, yellow yolk dripping off his mouth and nose, he turned to Bob in distress.
The author used this word in order to convey to the reader how out of place Roger really was by doing a simple task like eating an egg with a fork and a knife that we are all used to doing. This proves that maybe he really was a rat. Okay, let's do one more word. This time I have chosen the word errand. Can someone please tell me the definition of errand? Yes, Lauren?
Errand means a short and quick trip to buy or deliver something.
Excellent. Now looking at page 2 in your workbook, can everyone flip to that page, please? I'm going to read you a passage from the reading, and I would like you to tell me the synonym for errand. You're going to have 4 options. In service, said Bob. This means being someone's servant, have a master or mistress, and run an errand for him. Now, is the synonym A, tool, B, mistake, C, payment, or D, task? Yes, Lauren?
D, task.
Excellent. Now, I would like you to do the same for question 4 on page 2. What is a synonym for fidget? Again, I'll read the passage and I'll give you 4 answers to choose from. Come along, said Bob, and took him by the hand. He could see Roger fidgeting and guessed what he wanted to do, and took him to the privy just in time. Now is the synonym A, yawn, B, twitch, C, trace, or D, filter? Yes, Lauren?
B, twitch.
Perfect. Now, I think we have a good understanding of what to do on page 2 of the workbook. I'd now like everyone to turn to page 3, because I want to make sure the class has a full understanding of what the word fidget means. Lauren, can you finish the sentence for me? The kid started to fidget in his chair because...
The kid started to fidget in his chair because he was nervous and did not know the right answer on the test.
Great sentence. Today the class has demonstrated to me a great understanding of identifying synonyms and understanding the importance of using appropriate words to convey a full picture for the reader. Now, I would like everyone in the class to turn to page 4 in the workbook so we can answer some of the comprehensive questions I've assigned to you. This skill is extremely important, as if you have no comprehension of what you are reading, you are simply reading words on a page that have no meaning. The goal of reading is to derive some understanding of what an author has written in order for you to apply it and make use of the information that you have read. Okay, let's start with question 1. Who was Prince Richard marrying and where did he meet her? And tell me on which page you learned this information. Yes, Lauren?
On page 1 in the Daily Scourge newspaper is where we find out all the information about Prince Richard and who he is marrying. The newspaper claims that he met his fiancée at the Midsummer Ball, and her name is Lady Aurelia Ashington.
Lauren, you used the word fiancé. Can you define that word for the rest of the class? And can you tell me where else in the text Lady Aurelia is mentioned? Yep.
Sure. The word fiancé means a woman engaged to be married. So this would make Lady Aurelia Prince Richard's fiancée. Also, Lady Aurelia is referenced again on page 8 when Bob is reading the newspaper and Roger recognizes her picture, but he calls her Mary Jane.
That is correct, Lauren. You have demonstrated to me and the rest of the class that you have a full understanding of what is happening in the story, as you are able to identify the main characters and the relationship to one another. This is an extremely important skill for comprehension. Before today's class is over, I would like us all to practice one more reading skill, which is the skill of making predictions. I would like everyone to pull out a piece of paper. Excellent. Now, I would like all of you to write a short paragraph of what you think is going to happen in the next chapter of I Was a Rat. This will show me that you have a full understanding of what you have already read and that you were able to use that context to predict what will happen in the next chapters. This will also show me that you were able to use your imagination and take that and translate it into a written piece of work for another reader. I will give you each 5 minutes and I will collect what you have written when you are finished. In the next class, we will go over your predictions that you have written today to see how accurate you were, and we will do the same practice for the next chapter. I will give you all 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes is up, class. I would now like to collect everyone's predictions. I hope everybody enjoyed today's class, and before we go, I would like to do what we did at the beginning of the class by summarizing the I Was a Rat chapters. I would like to summarize what we have learned in today's class. Yes, Lauren?
Today we learned how to retell and summarize a story, as this is a valuable lesson. We also learned important vocabulary words from the reading by defining them and coming up with synonyms for them. Finally, we made predictions about what we thought was going to happen in the next chapters of the book I Was a Rat.
Thank you, Lauren. I see that the class has a full understanding of what we have learned today, which again was to summarize, synonyms, definitions, and how to make predictions. Again, if any of you are having any trouble with your reading and writing skills, please come to me after class and you can ask me any questions that you'd like. Thank you, class, and have a great rest of your day, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Remember, for homework, you have been assigned the next 2 chapters of I Was a Rat, as well as the corresponding workbook. Thank you.